I did. Of course I did. Or didn't, whatever you want to say. Alright, with that, everything should be good to go. Probably pause this download so it isn't eating up my internet speed. All right. First things first.
Hey.
Fast capture. Tricap. Eximus. Missions. Kills. Syndicate. Spy. All right, well.
You know it.
I think I will hold off on those for the moment. And instead do an elevator run. She should be decent enough for this. Oops. Ooh.
All that is left of her is the notes in this cave. Otis could have shown one more. Help Otis stop Pathos Granum.
That voice. I remember a certain inspirational man, a hero to the Tenno, but he too slaughtered Oregon at a ceremony in his own honor. Tell me, does any memory of that valiant man still reside in your shallow, glassy brain?
Mr. Granum! Otis does not know what you are babbling about. Otis must admit that he is very impressed with how durable this collector is. Even if the operator has let it suffer so much damage that it is resetting.
Whoops.
Sending air supports to help you jump higher. The capsule is ready. Onward and then upward.
Ah, it's already moving.
What? The elevator's power lines have been severed? You'll have to supply power manually. Find ionic charges scattered
Okay.
Triggering one sister beacon may be overlooked, but tripping all three of them will undoubtedly be seen as provocation.
That is the idea. I can't drop this while her ultimate is active. I swear I heard a beacon somewhere right around here. Oh, come on! From underneath? Really?
You know the problem with the Oregon Orden? They would never say what they truly desire. Hid their aims behind golden platitudes and the coolest of pageantry. That's where our Jade came in. The executioner. The boogie woman. Are you going to let that be her legacy? Surely she deserves more. To be part of something real. Something honest.
Honest? Orden did not trust you back then, and Ordis does not trust you now. Corpus reinforcements inbound to your position. The elevator is out of power. Find more charges or it is stuck here.
Can I even target that? Of course I can't. Of course not. Why would the game actually give me something I shouldn't complain. It's been working pretty well for the most part. Really?
Time to recharge the elevator.
You've got to be joking. Oh, I just realized this is going to be awful when the sister shows up. Again? Really? That's so stupid.
The elevator's power is depleted. Operator, without more ionic charges, it goes not an inch farther.
Does loot radar just go infinitely? Of course it was redirection.
I honor your desire to be torn asunder. My hound shall have the scraps.
What is even marked? Here we go, finally. Yeah, this was indeed the worst possible choice for this mission.
It's
What?
no coward. I'll give it that.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna die because Void Dash decided not to work. There we go. Really? It takes my ultimate even if I... Okay.
Let me teach you the value of breath and blood.
Right. Really? I'm not chasing that all the way down. Okay, and somehow my ultimate is gone again. Great. And she disappeared as soon as I cast the buff, so that I can't get any use out of it at all. What even killed me? Cool, it didn't mark anything. Are you serious right now? Of course it went to her. Okay. that, I could have seen that coming.
This is your last chance to avert failure, troops. Grasp it.
All in all, besides the fact that I brought, you know, the worst thing possible to deal with a Sister of Parvos, this is a lot easier than I remembered. They really need to make this prioritize the marked target instead of just hitting whatever is vaguely in the direction you're looking at. Welcome.
We should. Message. Great.
Until the capsule's shields are back up, Orders is afraid it will not budge.
I don't know if he's actually available, but
Yeah.
message.
I just know he talked last night about how he'd be on sometime today, but he didn't really specify when.
Fair.
And he said that in response to my saying I'd be on in the evening, so I assumed that meant he'd be
Around
on around
now.
the same time.
But he's always an hour behind us, so he doesn't know when we are.
I mean, I just said evening, and an
Yeah.
hour behind us isn't enough for evening for us to be like midday for him.
Inapplicable. Yeah.
Yeah.
New update.
You did it.
Yep.
Now,
Fuck. Yeah.
Just
See some new stuff.
did a run of elevator.
Is that a new skin that they teased that has a television screen embedded in, or it's probably a piece of armor, a chest
Yes.
plate.
It is an armor piece.
It'd be kind of cool to have like special skins for Warframes that had like Tech Rod in them, though.
It would be interesting for sure. But it is an armor piece that you can get from the Nightwave.
Yeah, they were showing off Season 8.
I've not bought it yet, but I was also very happy to see that the Rhino heirloom skin does in fact look much better in game than it did in any of the art or promotional images.
Ooh, wow. Do I want 2 Neurodes, 2 Oregon cells, or 16 grand?
Do you think we should
I'd be
get one of
inclined
these?
to take...
Probably the Oregon cells.
Yeah, I mean, I usually, when it's resources, I usually take
I
whatever I
always
have
wanted
the
my own
fewest of.
space to decorate.
Yeah. That's
But
kind of what I
Oregon
wound
cells
up
are
doing.
also just so useful that even if you have more of them, it probably wouldn't hurt to take those.
Man, this Nightwave's green. Isn't that weird?
Yep.
Who have we got on the line? Oh yeah, I don't have a line.
Oh, and a livery for the bike pretty early
Yep.
on. What are my weeklies?
Fast capture,
Capture and
complete
Eidolon.
missions, kill Eximus, kill enemies, syndicate missions, spy missions. That's all the weeklies, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we have time for.
finish a capture mission in less than 90 seconds. We could clear that quick.
Yep. It is.
Just need to make sure I've got my speed maxed out.
Wukong is probably the best option for this. Cloudwalker is generally just the best way to get through a mission fast.
Yeah, Wukong, the Cloudwalker's fast.
It's fast and you have three-dimensional movement, so it's easy to get over and under and around things.
Yeah, let me make a build real quick, because I don't have any mods on this. Which is weird. I normally do have mods, even if they're bad.
Yeah, for Cloudwalker, just go duration and efficiency. And if you have the mod preparation, use it, but I'm pretty sure it's an arbitration mod, so you probably don't.
No, I don't have any major arbitration mods.
Preparation is a mod that increases your starting energy.
Gotcha. You said efficiency and duration?
Mm-hmm. For some reason, when I was looking at, when I had the star chart up, my Wukong was all, textured, like I had a Void Shell skin on.
Weird.
But I don't even own his Void Shell skin. Mostly because it uses the model of standard Wukong, and I always thought standard looked kind of dumb, whereas Prime looks pretty good.
Yeah, I don't have Wukong Prime. I've never seen it. Sorry, I know I'm holding this up.
No worries.
It's soundproof in here, right?
Augmented.
I hope so.
Sprint speed. Why not? Got space for an Exilus mod. Wow. Cunning drift. More slide. Alright. Yep. I'm just doing a dumb easy capture mission.
Yep. That's not the ability I wanted.
That somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
Out of energy. Just gonna keep
Yeah.
on sprint.
That's why preparation is so nice.
I'm definitely not gonna. I think I fucked this up because of the weird pathing on it.
Oh well.
It doesn't help that it was like cross half a kilometer in 90 seconds.
90 seconds ends up being a lot longer than you'd expect when it comes to this. I think we're probably still good.
Oh.
Yeah, we've
100
still
meters
got
out.
about 20 seconds left.
Then I made it.
Great work. I am pleased with your performance.
1 minute 11.
Yep.
Dreamers.
That's crazy.
For you a tale of triumph over adversity, of one person acting true to their truest self.
Oh, it is a sick looking skin.
Yep. I am largely of the opinion that standard looks kind of bad and prime looks really good.
Generally, yeah, honestly. I can't think of any major examples where the standard skin looks better, but I
mean-
like
I mean,
Nova's.
I am
like,
talking
void shell
specifically
skin.
about Wukong. Like, most of the frames I think look good, like even their standard version.
Yeah.
Nova is honestly one that's at least in the running for me liking standard more than prime.
That's why I was okay with getting the void shell skin for it.
Yeah,
It
because
looks
I
good.
always really liked the look of generic Nova.
Yeah.
But I also like how prime looks as well, so.
I think Nyx is the weird one.
Yeah.
I don't think I like either version of Nyx.
Really?
Yeah, the skin for Nyx Prime looks like an alien, like a xenomorph, in the wrong ways. And I mean, I guess normal Nyx doesn't look terrible. It's just like,
Maybe I hit a green.
See, I've always liked the Nyx Prime helmet, as weird as it is. And like every
It is
other
such
part
a
of her
weird
just
choice.
looks basically the same as standard.
well, yeah, then that's probably the reason why I don't care for the standard
But-
skin either. I just don't think it. There's something that looks off about the proportions of Nyx.
I've never especially cared for the helmet that comes with her deluxe skin, but I feel that
Is
her
that
prime
the
helmet looks
Nemesis or the
No,
Pazathea?
the Pasithea.
It's got like a ram look to it.
I'm not really sure how much
I
I
actually really
consider
like that skin though.
I do too, yeah. I'm not really sure how much I consider the Nemesis skin and Excalibur's Proto skin to be like deluxe skins.
They definitely charge higher than deluxe prices.
Do they?
Yeah, the Nyx, the skin that we were talking about, the Pasithea is 165.
Oh
and
no,
the
I was
Nemesis
talking
is
about
200.
Nemesis.
Okay.
Like the Pasithea is definitely a deluxe skin. I was saying I'm not sure I really consider the Nemesis skin or Excalibur's Proto skin, the one that I'm not sure I consider the two Dark Sector skins to really be deluxe skins per se.
Fair enough. Because they're specifically Dark Sector skins.
Yeah. Like I like the skins, but they are something different from the actual deluxe skins.
Yeah. I like that they added the section in appearance on the bottom right where you could see what the community agrees is some of the better looking stuff.
I think those are actually just random.
Are they?
Or not completely random, but
I know there were ones where you could see what the devs were using.
yeah. I'm pretty sure I think it might pull a random set. I'm not sure exactly what the criteria is, but it's not voted on or anything.
Gotcha.
If I were to make a wild guess, I'd say maybe it pulls a random set every day from what people have linked in chat.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Although the wiki might know. Let's see. So it looks like at the very least, the first, like when they first showed the community customizations,
Yeah.
it was pulled at random from whatever people linked in the chat.
Gotcha. Whether that is still the case, however, who knows?
Yeah. Like, I'm kind of assuming that that's still the case, but I can't find any information on how it works right now. I just see, like, a Reddit thread about how it was on that episode of Primetime where they first showed it.
Huh, not a problem.
But yeah, it's definitely not something that players vote on to have. Put there. Alrighty. If you want to give it a try, the event mission is an easy way to get all your Eximus kills in one go. Because that's literally the only thing I've done today, and I already have all 30 Eximus kills I need.
Damn. Huh, why not? Pull out Nova and kill some green boys.
Alrighty, so the other question is, do you want me to just completely throw you in the deep end with this, or do you want to start small?
Are you saying, are we doing regular Steel Path?
That is the question exactly.
You can play Steel Path.
Alrighty, let me switch my stuff around. Let's see.
Pull out the Fenmore.
I'm actually kind of tempted to run Nyx because I've not used her much since her buff, but this is not really a mission. Actually, no. I think part of the buff it was that your mind-controlled target will like catch up with you if you get too far away.
It does. It teleports.
In that case,
It's quite funny, honestly, because I was playing in an open world, and I wound up getting in my Arcwing, and the fucker just kept teleporting. No. It's done crafting. Probably a Forma.
Alrighty.
Oh, the Exilus adapter. And the Forma.
Ordis will not stand idly by.
It's like a complicated defense mission, right?
Yes, but also you don't have to worry too much about defending because if this breaks, it'll just extend the mission instead of failing it.
The beast
Huh,
of
works.
bones. They make ballads of you, Warden. Shadow figures.
Ooh, bouncy cat or bouncy thingies.
Yep.
Children sat agog to listen.
Agog.
Voice. Troops, dismantle this puny operation and retrieve the volatile motes for the Eximus project.
The man you refer to is dead. But Ordis is sure he would also have told you. Tag, 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 tag. Far out of our way. capsule is ready for
My
transport to the
goodness.
surface.
Hmm.
Just the speed of the bullet jump.
Yep. All right.
Oh,
So
hey.
once the capsule has gotten to right here, you throw that at it.
Gotcha.
Also, there are 3 of these throughout the mission. If we collect them, a randomly generated Sister of Parvos will appear to make our day worse, but also we get extra rewards for killing
Fuck
her.
it. Extra rewards.
Or else we will be going nowhere.
If you didn't see it before I grabbed it, it's just like a little tower with a bunch of blue halos around it.
Kind of looked like the moats, or whatever you call them. The
One will join the
the ones from shit. The Necrolisc. I don't even know what that place is actually called. I keep forgetting.
The Sanctum Anasomica?
Thank you.
I usually just call it either the Sanctum or the
Voca.
Labs.
Kind of looked like a Voca. Collectible on the floor.
It's a lot
glow
taller than a
blue.
Voca, but yeah, it looks a little similar.
Power for the elevator.
Also, if you look, like, there's a limit to how much power the elevator can hold, so a lot of times I'll just leave capsules on the elevator to throw later.
Gotcha.
Also, there are 2 different sizes of capsules. You can tell them apart both by the capsule itself and by the icon over them.
Uh huh.
And also the larger ones make a noise kind of like the keys. But yeah, you can see this has kind of a double icon, and this one has a
Yeah.
single. The double is, I think, 25 energy, and I think the single is 10 or 15.
Ah. 20. The
Okay.
big one is 20.
Then maybe the big one is 30.
It probably means the bottom one, the little one is 10.
Oh, I thought you were saying the little one was...
No, the big one was 20.
Okay.
Mr. You will not succeed in this venture. Leave now, while your losses are minimal.
This will not do. You are causing me considerable inconvenience. Which of your many precepts has gone awry? Would you like me to come with your realignment purge? Some time in the photonic baths would do your venerable systems good.
Sorry, are photonic baths therapeutic or torture?
I am gonna assume torture.
Right? Huh.
Huh?
I guess the small ones are 15 because it overfilled a little. Aha. Found another one.
Auxiliary elevator inbound. Full up. Corpus.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
It just... Oh, I was gonna say it keeps going, and then it stopped.
I guess if I'm gonna run Nyx, what I need to do is run a weapon with her that like is built to strip overguard specifically instead of doing big damage.
What kind of weapons are designed to strip overguard?
None of them, but you can put an arcane on any secondary that gives it a damage boost against overguard.
Oh. Need to find me that one. Sounds handy.
It is indeed quite handy. Less because of the overguard damage and more because it leeches the overguard you damage. But, again, using that could feasibly allow for me to take overguard off an enemy without killing them. Which is something that would be very useful to me.
It's kind of weird how it's specifically the Jade Light Eximus that are getting spammed here, right?
That's part of the event.
No, I totally get that. It just seems like a weird story-wise thing to happen.
Well, yeah, it's also because they were introduced in the update the event was a part of as well.
Oh, there's a good amount of emotes.
Yeah, so the volatile motes are a permanent thing. That's basically the pity resource that you use to get the normal mission rewards.
And the Vestigials are event-specific?
Yep. Use those to buy stuff from Ortis, who you can find on the relay on Mercury, as well as from the statue in the clan base.
Are we limited to one of those an hour?
What do you mean?
Is it like arbitrations where they only let you do it once?
No, you just run it as much as you can for as long as it's here.
Gotcha. I am halfway through the Eximus Eliminator.
Let's see. Yeah, it's here for 24 days, and you can just run it whenever and however much you want during that time.
Alright. Yeah, that wasn't too hard to do.
Nope, it's not really that hard. As you might imagine, it was in fact extremely hard when it first launched.
When it came out?
When Jade Eximus were way stronger than they are.
And people didn't know to shoot the egg.
They knew that was in the patch notes.
Oh shit.
The thing is, like, it's not really easy to target that most of the time.
Yeah, it tends to move around a bit.
It moves around, and it's very small, and it has a lot more health than you'd expect.
Oh, let's see.
So,
trying to make Zorus work.
It is from the various Netra cells we ran, do you have an arcane called Melee Influence?
Melee Influence.
It's not too bad, is it?
Nope.
Okay. I'm sure.
Or is that an arcane?
It's an arcane.
I have it at rank 1.
Rank 1,
which is great because I actually have a thing that gives me more electricity damage. That's the Riven I've got.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you don't actually need electricity damage to trigger it with the Zorus, is the funny part. Because the Zorus, like, you throw glaives and then you can detonate them while they're in midair.
Yeah.
The detonation on the Zorus guarantees electricity procs, even if there is no electricity on the weapon. Which
That's
means
pretty great.
You can use that, you can mod whatever element you want to onto it, and then use that detonation to trigger melee influence consistently. And like that, with like some viral damage and maybe some heat damage on the weapon, is all you need for it to be really good, along with melee influence.
Nice.
Melee influence is also like the integral puzzle piece to my Jack Katag build as well.
And so it's like the frost spreading damage thing. Just spreads the electricity to everything nearby.
It's what it does is every time you proc an electricity proc, it has a 20% chance to give you a 12-second buff. Or okay, 3 seconds at rank 1. The buff duration goes up along with the range. But basically, every time you do an electricity status, it has a chance to give you a buff. And for the duration of that buff, any elemental status you apply with melee is spread
There's a
to every
time-limited
enemy within the
mission alert
arcane's
available.
range.
Check navigation.
So basically, like with the Zorus, it's just use it like you would any glaive. Throw it, explode it, it comes back, throw it again, explode it again. Just keep
Do
doing
all
that.
glaives explode?
Yes.
Okay.
All of their explosions are different, though. Like the
Gotcha.
standard glaive and the glaive prime, their explosion, like all of them are a guaranteed status effect. But it's different status for different ones.
I noticed I had a mod, volatile quick return.
You generally want to have that on pretty much any glaive you use.
Yeah. Get that extra blast radius.
Let's see. If you're interested, this is the build. Oh, my chat's dumb. This is the build I run on the Zorus. Any galvanized mod can be replaced with its standard counterpart. And stance doesn't matter at all, because you're just going to be throwing it. You could drop Volcanic Edge for extra lightning damage if you wanted to lean into that. Realistically, that might actually be the better call.
I'm currently using the 60/60 mods for Vicious Frost and Volcanic Edge. I don't have the Toxin one, unfortunately.
That's kind of surprising, because that drops from Corrupted Vor.
Really?
Yeah. All of the Toxin 60/60s do.
Does it drop from Corrupted Vor in every instance he shows up?
It might not drop from him in the circuit. I don't know. I assumed it
that's
would,
where he shows
but it
up
might
most. Man, why are you telling me it's garbage now? So
What's
weird.
up?
My damage was showing up as red, even though I'm adding stuff that adds damage, and I think I already had most of this stuff.
Because stats are weird.
Yeah.
Like, on the damage screen, according to the damage screen, this build only does 228 damage. But that's because the damage screen doesn't show condition overload.
Fair. I still need some more points because it's only at 17, but once it goes up, I can put CO on there.
Honestly, I'm not 100%.
Honestly, condition overload might not be super useful.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Zorus.
this might actually be better, like,
because
for
it's
the
secondary
sacrificial
that you're
mods
counting
instead.
on, yeah? It's not the
Well,
primary damage type.
the whole condition overload thing I talked about only applies on guns. Like, the whole
fair
only
enough.
applying to certain damage sources. That's
What
only
a weird
thing
and specific thing.
It's there as, like, a balancing factor. Like, it has the potential, like, it was supposed to be, the only thing it doesn't apply to was supposed to be AoE. And that was
I found
supposed
a
to...
fun mod.
Oh. What is it?
100% chance to explode on bounce.
Yep.
Volatile rebound.
Well, here's the thing. Volatile quick return reduces your bounces, so it comes back to you faster and makes it explode.
Gotcha.
For a lower mod cost.
That's why I noticed the two of them look kind of similar, because they are the same.
Yep. Volatile quick return is a newer mod, and the other one being way more expensive.
Volatile
And
quick
for
return
only one
has
thing
like,
is
yeah. What
like,
is up with that?
Rebound is an older mod from back when a lot of unique mods were more expensive.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. They should drop that down, though. I could see the
They should,
single-use thing
honestly,
being like 3.
realistically, they should just drop the mod itself. Like, it has no practical use anymore, because in the past, everyone would just combine it with standard quick return, because no one wanted their glaives to bounce.
Yeah. I figured the exploding thing was unique to Zorus because they made it an entire like story mechanic.
Nope. I was gonna say that's always been a thing. It's not always been a thing with glaives. It was added in pretty early though, because that's a mechanic of the glaive from Dark Sector.
Gotcha.
There actually used to be even more like Dark Sector glaive mechanics that had been added to Warframe. Because like, you know how when you're charging up your glaive, the aim reticle like rotates into place and then expands for a second just as you throw it?
Yeah, I think so.
That used to actually be for like a perfect throw mechanic.
They would just do more damage or have higher crit rate or something.
I don't remember how it worked in Warframe. I think in Dark Sector, a perfect throw was like quadruple damage and like.
Is Dark Sector like an off-game IP?
What do you mean?
Like, is that something that was in Warframe? No, it
No.
was its own thing. Got
Dark Sector was just a game. The original concept for Dark Sector is very similar to what Warframe ended up being. But everyone they ever presented it to said that it wouldn't sell, and that sci-fi that sci-fi in general only sold if it was called Halo, basically.
I mean, it's not that it would only sell if it was called Halo. It's that it wouldn't sell if you called it a Halo killer.
I mean, here's the thing. This was before Mass Effect, so as far as anyone was concerned, Halo was the only successful science fiction IP in video games.
I guess, but I guess it also depends on what you call a success. There are plenty of games that, I don't know, I mean, maybe not at that specific time, but like, Deus Ex is still like a cult classic.
That's a very different kind of sci-fi than Halo or Warframe, though.
Yeah. I guess in a more similar note, I mean, Doom was popular. Literally, that's what Halo got its idea from.
Also different, though. Like, I don't know. Doom was popular,
It's
sure,
also a
but
matter
there
of,
hadn't
like,
been
years.
a successful Doom game in a while either. Like, not a
Yeah,
new one.
Doom 3 came out around the same time as Halo 2, I think.
Because, like, I'm pretty sure Dark Sector was like... Was it 2008?
Doom 3 came out in 2004. And Halo 2 came out in 2004. Yeah, both of those games came out at the same time.
Yeah, Dark Sector was 2008. But, like, you said Halo 2?
Yeah.
So, like, the Halo games were successful, but wasn't Doom 3 kind of a flop?
It was a flop.
So, yeah, like, the most recent non-Halo science fiction game in recent memory had just looked like it had killed looked like it had killed a popular series. So publishers were not really easy to make, to make a new science fiction IP.
Half-Life 2 came out in 2004.
I'd call that more of a post-apocalypse than a... I
Maybe,
realize it is
I don't
science
know.
fiction after, but like, when most
But, like,
people
I get
think
it. A lot of
science
people
fiction
don't...
game, they think like space and like something
I'm also
like Halo.
failing to remind myself that this is the difference between PC gaming and console gaming. Those used to
That's
be two different things.
fair too, because like a successful science fiction game on PC would not
Was easy to
necessarily
find.
mean anything
There were a lot of them
to a console publisher.
because console publishers were by far a larger market. And so games that became successful on PC could sell less, I guess, because they didn't have to pay all the publishing costs.
Yeah. Like, they didn't have to pay publishing costs, and they didn't necessarily have to release physical editions.
Yeah, they could, especially around that time, they could have released online.
Yeah, like, they didn't have to pay
If they
publishing
did
or
online, they probably would
manufacturing.
have done it through like a publisher, though, like Microsoft Online, Windows Live.
Yeah.
God, I didn't have an account for Windows Live, and so several games were just unplayable for a bit there.
I did specifically to play Blacklight Tango Down. That's the only reason I had that account, was because Void and I would play that occasionally.
Man,
It was like one of the 3 games that his potato PC could run at the time.
could run. I think that was the other thing. For the majority of people in America, computers were not for running games. They were for maybe making a Word document,
Yeah.
and usually just sending an email.
But yeah, DE apparently went to a bunch of publishers and were told, no, a science fiction game won't sell. And so they finally kind of just redesigned
Made
it.
their own.
Like, basically, some publisher at like
Tenno,
out and
the
out
balance
told
of
them
power
like
continues to
such
shift.
and such kind of
Navigation
game
is
is the
marked
kind of
with
game
new
we're looking
invasions.
for. So
That's
they kind of
another
just
thing.
reconstructed Dark Sector to be that kind of game, and Dark Sector flopped.
Whoa, crazy! Games games
I
publishers
think they
don't
were
actually know
told
what
to
people
make
want and just
something
chase
in the
after
style
old.
of Resident Evil 4, I think is what they were told to do.
That's really funny, honestly.
Because that was like the big new success at the time.
Man, Resident Evil 4. Like, that game was super popular when it came out. I know that much. I wasn't really tuned into the gaming like community at that point. But like, man, what a game to choose to copy.
A lot of games did try to copy it.
I think that's hilarious because
Like, it basically
popular
created a
'cause-
genre that still survives to this day.
I can't tell if it was popular just because it was a good action game, because it was. It was like one of the first over-the-shoulder
I'd
shooter
be willing
games of
to
its
say
type.
we probably wouldn't have, even though it does obviously take a lot of inspiration from the Souls games. I'd be willing to say we wouldn't have Remnant if not for Resident Evil 4.
That's a fair point. I've got to check on this.
But yeah, what Dark Sector ended up being was basically just a game very much in the style of Resident Evil 4, like a over-the-shoulder shooter, that was largely mediocre except for one really neat mechanic in the form of the glaive. You did actually get a number of other abilities too over the course of the game, but the glaive was definitely the standout one that like most of the game was built around.
I guess it's generally agreed. If it isn't the first, Resident Evil 4 was the first to popularize it. The over-the-shoulder shooter style.
Yeah. I mean, it's the first... Yeah, like, it's definitely the game that kind of codified it and made it something that so many other games have followed along with.
That's so crazy to think about, because, like, there's using a mechanic like that, and then there's just trying to make the whole game off of one mechanic, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's what caused those copycat games to fail, was
See,
that they
the thing is, like...
railroaded hard into just copying the mechanical feel of, like, one aspect of a popular game.
All we have of Dark Sector, of the original concept for Dark Sector, is a trailer from I think they made in like 2004. That I'm trying to find. And you can tell watching this trailer.
Oh, Hayden's right arm is infected with a fictional technocyte virus, giving him the ability to throw a 3-pronged glaive.
Yeah. You can tell watching this trailer they were trying to make Warframe. I don't know why it says PlayStation 3 trailer, because this trailer far predates the PlayStation 3.
The game wound up releasing on 360 and PS3.
But this isn't even a trailer for the game
That's
they
definitely
released.
Excalibur, like 100%. Like 1,000%, actually.
I mean, if you look at the ship as it's flying by, it's pretty clearly shaped like the Zeraman, too.
I gotta go back.
And like
Yeah.
the ship that's flying past it.
To be fair, I wouldn't say that was an entirely uncommon sci-fi ship design. They had a ship design pretty similar to it, as far as like the weird sunfish
Like
shape.
big kind of crescent shape.
Yeah, in Star Wars, for example, in the Old Republic, I think.
Fair.
But yeah, that does look a lot like the Zeraman. Dudes in power armor look kind of unique, though. But yeah, that's definitely Excalibur.
You'll only see more familiar things as it progresses.
The more I look at that armor, the more Grenier it looks, but also
Yeah.
kind of like Fallout armor. I think it's Fallout looking in the way that it's shaped,
Yeah.
but like the way it hangs off of characters is very Warframe.
The not quite Grenier soldiers are also carrying the original model for the Burston. That model got changed in
Mass
Warframe
Effect
a while ago.
model. Oh damn, that helmet though. 130.
This
They
is
finally show the Grenier-esque soldiers putting on
Yeah.
their.
This is not even
face
the same
mask.
trailer I was looking for. I don't even know where this one came from.
You could tell the music director is the same. That's definitely Jackal.
Yep.
Jackal was like one of their first bosses, so that makes sense. Oh, was that the Latos?
Yep.
Oh, hold on. Is that Gyre?
Where?
203. I can't. That looks. It's got the same kind of hoop skirt or ball skirt that Gyre has. Stylistically,
203.
looks kind of similar.
Huh. I think it's Trinity, actually, because it has the same kind of triangular helmet.
That's a fair point.
And, like, the weird, like, swoopy bits on the sides of the chest. This is not actually the trailer I was looking for, though, because...
And it's even more uncanny than you expected.
Yes! But yeah, like, the one I had seen before didn't have...
Oh my god, if that isn't the fucking Lee set at 2 minutes.
Yep. The one I was looking for didn't have Trinity. Here we go. This is the one I was looking for.
That game seems like a trip. Not because of the gameplay itself, I'm sure, but just because of how eerily similar it is to games they made later.
I mean, practically speaking, this game never had gameplay. All they ever had was these couple of trailers.
Well, the game theoretically released.
No,
It says it
didn't.
released in 2008.
It's showing information for the actual Dark Sector that got released.
Ah, these are cut content.
Not even, like, these are, like, the original concept trailers for the game they basically had to discard to make what ended up being Dark Sector. Like, a couple of little things.
So this is like their promo footage when they were
Yeah.
showing it off for money.
Yeah, like, a couple of things from this concept made it in, like, the armor that's being, like, the kind of Excalibur-esque armor
Yeah.
looks pretty similar to Hayden's armor in Dark Sector, or like at the end of it. But it's still, yeah, like very little of this actually made it in to the game.
Man, they even used the same like cutoff when they made Arthur's model on where the Excalibur helmet takes off exactly.
Yeah. But like the environment in the trailer also looks really similar to the old Corpus ship tile set.
The old Corpus ship tile set used to be more gray.
Yes, very.
I forget. I probably didn't see the original.
It's
original
been gone
stuff, but
a
I was
while
still...
now. You've
like,
definitely seen
played...
the original. It got swapped out while you were gone, like while you weren't playing.
Oh, that recently?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, you stopped playing for a pretty long time, I think.
About a year and a half, 2 years, probably.
Let's see.
Because, like, I remember, for example, seeing the older Vor models, but I couldn't tell you if I actually played them or not.
I mean, the
I
old
played
model
this...
for Captain Vor was literally just like a Grineer Butcher, but with a sword instead of but red with a sword instead of a cleaver.
Like, to give you an idea, I was playing this game on Xbox when it came out, of course.
Yeah.
But I also had played on laptop sometime in the year or two beforehand, probably.
Oh, wow. If this is
And
right, the
for
old
no time at
Corpus
all.
ship set tile set got retired a lot longer ago than I thought.
When did it launch on Xbox? 2014. So it came out on computer in March of 2013, and it
Mhm.
released on Xbox in September of 2014. I had to have played it sometime between then. But, like, it was because it was free, and I was worried there was a virus. So I played it, but, like,
I
my
mean, it was
laptop
on
could
Steam.
not
That
play
on its
games.
own should have told you it wasn't a virus.
I got it through the actual game
Ah.
launcher. I found an ad on a banner on YouTube or some games website. And so I downloaded it through there and played it. But it just did not run well on my laptop, and so I just kind of dropped it after a few matches. And I just do not remember what the game looked like at that point because of how little I got to play it.
So yeah, according to the wiki, the old Corpus ship tile set was retired all the way back in 2020.
Wow.
Which is so much longer ago than I thought that it's making me feel old.
I get that. I'm going to be 27 later this month. And so that means it'll be almost a decade since I got out of high school.
Out of curiosity, because this is actually another thing that made me feel old earlier today. Were you a fan of Bionicles growing up?
I did not get into them because they didn't play it on Cartoon Network enough. But I did
They didn't play all 3 movies that existed on Cartoon Network enough for your tastes?
No, not really. by the time I had gotten
My point is that's all there was for them to play. Like,
I know they used to play one of the movies pretty often, but I'd never be around
they
during the
do
time they
all
were
three of
playing
them like one after the other pretty often.
it. But I played a demo disc from PlayStation Magazine that had one of the Bionicle games on it.
Neat. I have a massive, like, I still have on shelves in my room a massive number of Bionicles. Like the original theme ran from like 2001 to 2010,
When
and
they
then
were
was
shorter looking.
discontinued.
And then they got replaced with longer guys.
They got a different theme replaced it for a while, and then it was rebooted in 2015.
Oh.
Which I never really think about when the reboot happens. I just know that it happened. And then
Bionicle Heroes, that was it.
earlier today, I saw like someone posting on Reddit about how the reboot turns 10 years old this year, and I'm thinking the
reboot?
Yeah, the reboot of the theme that I was so invested in for my entire childhood is now 10 years old.
Yeah. Bionicle Heroes was the name of the game I got to try on the PlayStation demo disc. And it was made by one of my favorite video game companies from the PlayStation 2 era, Eidos. They went bankrupt at one point and got bought out by Square. And since then, I think they've been rebranded as Eidos a couple times and then changed their names again. They're the guys who make the Hitman games. They were the guys who originally made Max Payne, I think. I could be wrong about that.
There was some like PS1 or 2 game they made that I had, but I don't remember what game it was.
They made some Tomb Raider games. Let's see. Blood Omen?
Never heard of it.
That was a weird one. Okay. Eidos was actually the publisher. So that's why they made so many weird games. But under their developers, they had Avalanche, which are the guys that made Arma. They had an Eidos game development company. Paradox, the guys who make Elite Dangerous, used to be under them. TT Games. Where TT Games are the guys who made the Lego games, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm pretty sure they're actually the ones who made Bionicle Heroes.
They are indeed.
Sunscreen.
Ion Storm. They own the guys who made Deus Ex.
Is there?
Hmm.
Let's not find out.
They were actually the publisher for that one. Oh, that's weird. Did they own Square at one point?
Could be.
I know near.
My literally like I'm pretty sure I don't know.
Oh. Got it. So, I'm not used to Square not being Square Enix.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it happened pretty recently. Square Enix became a company in 2003. And
In
so
terms
Square,
of like media age, I'd call that a pretty long time ago, honestly.
I mean,
recent in the
yes,
grand
but
scheme
also
of
no.
like game development, but a pretty long or like pretty.
Like, to give you an idea, the first Kingdom Hearts game was not published by Square Enix. It was published by Square.
Yeah.
Surely you will
Oh.
This white cheese is overwhelming poison. Squat her legs out of this cave. Out there. Orders will
Um,
bring them to the side.
Honestly, that makes me feel old. Kingdom Hearts was not the first game I played as a kid.
Oh,
Yet it's the game I probably remember the best. And yeah, that game came out before Square Enix was a company, and that was over 20 years ago now.
I am like not counting the little like educational games I was talking about yesterday that I played on
Like
PC.
Freddy Fish and whatnot.
Much more educational and much less game than that. Like not counting those, like in terms of actual video games. I'm tempted to say the first video game I ever played was Halo.
To help you jump higher.
I think the first video game I ever played was Delta Force. That's the one I remember the best as far as like old games, because that one came out the year before I was born, and so it was already at Goodwill and whatnot, and I got it from there, I think.
They have cut power to the elevator. Find ionic charges nearby, or else we will
But
get nowhere.
if it wasn't Halo, then it was probably Lego Racers.
I
Because
remember
for some
trying to get
reason-
racing games to work on my computer, and they just wouldn't at the time.
For
There's a
some
Hot Wheels
reason,
game like
my
that.
grandparents had Lego Racers. And it was just
Huh.
always installed to their computer at their house. So my cousins and I would take turns playing it a lot of family get-togethers.
Found a beacon. Kind of on accident.
Beacons are set up
That
to
is
summon
typically how they
sister
get found.
Parvos. If we meddle with them, she is
There is
certain
quite a lot of
to die.
extra density added in as far as like loot radar stuff. Makes it quite hard to actually spot things that are important.
Yeah. Well, the density is because of how tall the room is.
Yeah, it's just an elevator that goes on forever.
When they first announced this mission, I actually thought it was going to be an endless mission type.
It should have been. Honestly, it's fun. Paces out the combat by having you go up the levels. I forgot how good the soundtrack to Jade Shadows was.
Mm-hmm. That was not the head. Aren't I dumb?
You got it?
Uh,
I can get it.
The elevator is out of power. Find more charges or it is
Why are you not-
stuck here.
The hell?
Things seem tough. No
Do
one
the
knows
thing.
but
Thank you.
believe.
what's up?
Though it's going
I kept
outside
tossing it and it
the
just
world
wouldn't actually
system, a better
use it.
Huh.
Toss it like 3 times.
Guess it just didn't like you too much.
I guess.
There is no greater enemy of freedom than a happy slave. Do you still believe you earned your happiness through honest work? Have you forgotten how they burned that placid smile onto your face?
Ordis is
Who's
not
Placid Smile?
Ortis. Yeah, it's something that gets talked about in some of the 1999 chats with Amir. But, like, realistically, Ortis is not capable of defying or even disliking the operator or drifter.
So he's like an extra Cephalon, huh?
It's not really that. It's just that other
Howdy.
Cephalons haven't, like, other Cephalons didn't need to be programmed to the same degree. Like, Ortis was
Is it
a
his
serial
personality that
killer
made him?
originally.
Oh, gotcha. Totally normal profession.
I mean, he'd get along well with the Tenno. His victims were all Oregon, after all.
Honestly, now that explains so much. Turns out the glitches are just him.
Yeah, the glitches are his original personality coming to the surface and his programming suppressing it.
Nice. I think he likes us.
Is he a serial killer or is he just a revolutionary? What is the difference, really?
In this
I guess
case,
the
there is
target.
no real practical difference. But also, there is the heavy implication that Orden Karras reveled in killing. Like, he was not a kind or peaceful man. He was not someone
Neither
who
are
would not
we.
have murdered in the absence of better victims than, like, in the absence of worthy victims.
And that's why he gets to be a robot and Kullervo gets to suffer forever. That's who you try to assassinate.
Like, the fact that he only killed the Orican was just a happy coincidence, not intention.
Gives off Pikmin vibes.
But also, he wasn't actually capable of killing them like the Tenno are. Which is why he's a Cephalon, and the Tenno actually slaughtered the
Get in
entirety of
prison
the
for
Orican.
the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
It's no coward. I'll give it.
My family did get food, but at the rate the game is launching, I'll probably be done with it by the time I can play.
Go eat then.
I am. I've got fistfuls of fries right now.
Nice. Ow, what?
Why am I so slow?
We both died instantly. That was weird.
The capsule has to rebuild its shields and is diverting all propulsion.
Did the stalker up his game?
I guess. Didn't even make his announcement. Man, how crazy would that be if the stalker would just show up and not announce his presence?
You can actually play this mission as the Stalker.
Really?
If you do, though, like, going down even a single
Triple
time
hard.
is a mission failure.
Because he ain't got no operator.
They really do need to come out with a mission where you play as a stalker and hunt down other players. Why was that
They've talked
not
about
on the
that.
design doc?
Like, they even had a playable version of
people
it.
would just
like,
opt out of
some
it.
Tenno
I know
con or
I
another.
do. Like,
If
I
I-
opt out of the shit in Sniper Elite where they're like, oh, do you want a random Nazi to come snipe you? No, I don't really.
Close to destroying the capsule.
It
Yeah,
depends
it's
on my
like
mood.
invasions in the Souls games. I like the idea, but the execution is just never quite there.
I feel like it will never be there because it's a mindset thing. When I go into games like this, I go in expecting to have not easy fun, but casual fun. And when people go in to do invasions, they're sweaty. They are tryhards. They are doing
See,
everything they can to
That's
min-max
why
their
invasions are
abilities.
great, like the first 2 weeks of every new Souls game, is because
And
no
then
one's sweaty
suddenly they
yet.
stop being fun.
But then as soon as people, like, invasions are designed by intention for the invader to fail 9 times out of 10. But then players start trying desperately to not
Ironically,
fail.
that's also a problem that I have. Is like, I could do invasions myself if I wanted to try it, but there's always a group. So it's like, it's designed to inhibit the ability of the invader while at the same time punishing casual players.
I don't know. I liked the way they made it work in Watch Dogs. I played the hell out of that.
I played Watch Dogs when it came out, and it was, I think I got attacked maybe once, but because it's a social stealth game, it's not, it was like the Assassin's Creed multiplayer. You could be good by just knowing how to stay out of people's sight, as opposed to it just being I've buffed my character so that they're basically immortal.
Yeah.
It is a different thing, but I don't know. I like the idea. I'd like to try it, at least.
Yeah.
At some point.
But no, I actually kind of liked the one invasion I got into when I was playing Watch Dogs. That was a good time. Ramp, you should invite him. For some reason,
is
every
not
time
yet
I do,
online.
it doesn't work.
Oh wait, he is online? Why is he not showing up?
I have the launcher open.
Ah.
Fuck yeah, 150 creds. What am I getting? What you got? Loki mod? The Xylock mod?
Welcome.
Latron mod?
If my chewing
Mirage
ends
Prism
up showing
mod?
up through the mic, let me know.
You're fine.
I don't think it's an issue. I've got my mic far enough away that I don't think it will be, but
I haven't heard you, to be honest.
cool.
There's
Nor
a
have
Krakata
I.
mod. I don't know if you've got that
Wild
yet.
Frenzy.
Secondary fire will shoot with 400% fire rate until the magazine is empty. Killing 2 or more enemies will refund 100% of the ammo.
Realistically, it's not going to, like, that mod doesn't really end up working most of the time.
Sounds great during survival missions if you're just like leveling stuff up. I don't know how good it would be in like a super high level mission, but like at the same time, it could also be pretty useful on the circuit. The Grakatas on their own. I played the twin Grakatas without having any levels in them, and they were amazing.
Yeah. In the circuit, though, you can also get the decree that gives you ammo efficiency after a roll.
Yeah, and so that kind of nullifies it. On the other hand, you might not get that. Is there a reason why it's always Vauban that's getting sold?
Because he's the frame that, because Nightwave is the only place to get him.
Oh.
When he was added, his parts were rewards for alert missions. But then
and they've stopped offering them as alerts.
Yeah, when Nightwave came along, they stopped doing generic alerts and moved all the alert mission rewards to the cred offerings. That's why all the different helmets and weapon skins and a handful of melee weapon blueprints appear in the
you
cred
know what? I
offerings.
do remember that. And I remember you used to be able to get those helmets in the alerts as well.
Yep.
I feel like they were that's probably a good thing though, because it makes it easier to get the
this
main
is
weapons
pretty much
offered by
universally
alerts.
an improvement over just having to hope an alert for whatever thing would pop up.
Yeah.
What I do kind of wish they would have done to kind of keep the general vibe of alert missions is have maybe a couple of missions a week or maybe one every day, something where it's basically a randomized alert mission like how they used to work for just a bunch of Nightwave standing.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Complete a mission with only a primary weapon equipped. Okay.
That's not too hard.
Not too hard when I let you guys do all the work.
Well, it's also not too hard because exalted weapons don't count against it. So you can just equip only a primary weapon and then run a frame with that has a melee weapon built in. I wonder if Garda's claws would count against it.
Probably
yeah, but
not,
Rhino.
because Garuda's claws are not equipable. So I imagine that they would be
Oh.
like an exception to that.
Gray, if you care at all about this, they made a very slight visual change to Rhino. If you
Visual
go
change
to
to Rhino.
attachments and into auxiliary, you can set whether or not you want Iron Skin to appear visually on him when you cast it.
Ooh.
And if you have different skins for him, like deluxe skins, or when you get his prime, you
Oh
can
my
choose
God.
between like the iron skins from different skins because all of theirs appear differently.
That Deathwatch skin is badass. I love the kind of like Hercules beetle looking
I've
thing
never
you got going on
really
there.
cared much for it, to be honest. Myself.
I fell in love with the fucking Dex skin immediately, and I've never swapped off of it since.
I really
Dex
like his void
skin?
shell.
Is it Dex skin?
He does.
I guess I just don't have access to it. I can't even look at it.
You had to have logged in during an anniversary since it released.
Fair enough.
You had to be there.
You just had to be there.
The void
No,
shell
I
skin
just
is
mean
pretty
like
cool looking.
yeah, the void shell skins are great, mostly because you can customize the materials using the Zeraman stuff. Have you got your void shell operator outfit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's the same materials and weapon like color choices.
I actually used it for a long time, but I
I
also
currently
recently
use it for Nova.
I use a lot of the void shell skins. The operator outfit I used until pretty recently, actually.
Yeah.
The one I use now is the one that came with the Zaku Prime access.
I will say, the Blade of the Lotus skin, I'd buy that. For Rhino?
Yeah, it's a pretty sick looking skin. It's like a light Rhino Prime.
It's very knightly, and I like that. Goes very well with my giant fuck-off sword.
I just absolutely adore the Necros Prime skin.
Like the
No
the
notes,
default
no
one.
changes necessary. Yeah.
I will challenge your no changes necessary and say that you should definitely have the Mordo spines equipped.
Oh yeah, but those are default.
Are they?
Yeah.
They must have changed that because they didn't default to equipped when I got them.
They defaulted to equipped when he came out. I don't know if they defaulted
They
to
did
equipped
on
past
standard Necros, but they didn't for me on Prime.
that. Weird. I unlocked Prime pretty much as soon as it came out. It's one of the first ones I got as far as like quick release primes. And I think that's because they released it after they reworked how the void keys worked.
But yeah.
So it was much more consistent.
I actually really like the change with like letting players choose between the different iron skins for different like deluxe skins. Because like if you include the heirloom, Rhino actually has 3 deluxe skins.
Huh.
He has Deathwatch, he has Palatine, and now he has the heirloom. The Palatine iron skin is it makes him reflective, but reflections are tinted in his energy color.
Ooh.
So you can set the energy color to be different from like your other colors, and it won't really be visible on him at all until you cast Iron Skin.
Blade of the Lotus does kind of remind me of like Dragon Age armor.
I'm honestly surprised that one got approved, to tell the truth.
Yeah?
It looks too much like a person in armor. That's
And
something
that
they
might have
tend
been a
like.
deal breaker.
That's something they really tend to avoid.
I think it's the leg straps that make him look like a guy in armor.
Yeah, like that's the main reason. There's some on the arms too. Like that's the main thing that makes me be surprised that it got through.
I don't know.
But then again, they made it so that you
looking-
can apply cloth textures to your warframes now.
I don't know. Me just
Void
looking at
shells.
Rhino, I could imagine somebody wearing an armor, wearing a Rhino's armor.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be just a guy in armor. I mean, the original idea of
What I
Excalibur
mean is
was
like,
it was a guy in armor.
what I mean is like, that skin has like the visible, what looks like cloth with metal plates strapped over it. Is kind of what I meant. Like, that's an aesthetic that they generally try very much not to use.
Mm.
Yeah.
And one that, like, I remember. Let me see.
Yeah, I see
There
what you
was
mean now.
a Tenogen skin for Nova that was actually a really huge, that like created a really huge issue, if I remember correctly. Let's see.
Corpora?
Yeah, the Visage, the Nova Visage skin. Like, the skin itself is mostly normal Warframe
Oh,
fare,
she
but
got a
then
hat.
she has a hat.
that's it. She's got a hat.
Basically, like, basically, like, if I remember correctly, there was a lot of like
And she's got
like a
the
lot of
straps,
people in
too.
the community that took issue with the skin for the hat and for the straps and what have you. And D basically said, like, we're gonna let this one go through because it's already been voted on, but this is something that is largely against the general design philosophy of Warframe, and we're gonna be more strict in the future, was basically what they said. So that's kind of the main thing, thinking back on that makes me
Ladder
surprised
kicker.
that they let that Rhino one through. Honestly, Nova in general just has way too, like, both Tenogen and in general just has way too many
Very
good
popular
skins.
character. Very popular character. Lots of good skins. Ninja's got a cool skin or two. I like the
Yep.
Empyrean one.
Yep. There's a reason why I always use it.
Oh yeah, out of curiosity, let me go back down and find Gyre or Gyre. I'll take a look at her again. Yeah, the head's definitely like way different. It's just that there aren't many skirted characters in Warframe.
There aren't, but if
At least
you
not by
look
default.
at like default Trinity, she has like kind of a skirt, and her helmet is pretty much and her helmet and torso, like upper torso, are pretty much exactly like in that trailer.
That's a fair point. I like Trinity Prime's design too.
Yep. I like Trinity Prime's base design, but also, like, I also really like her deluxe skin as well.
The Knight S
The
or
Strega.
Nightingale? Oh, the Strega. Gotcha. That's a pretty cool
shit.
skin. Oh, I like the like blade legs.
My
Do what?
Necros is ready.
She's got like blade legs, like a sentient.
Yep. Which is actually kind of funny, because this skin predates, at the very least, any, like, public reveal of the designs for the Sentients.
Oh shit.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I noticed. Letty's got bare legs.
Yeah,
I never noticed that.
I did.
She's just wearing shorts.
No, she's like mid-transition. Her knees are becoming technology.
Well, yeah, but shorts.
Here to help.
Yeah.
Nothing better to do.
It's like Bruce Banner shorts. They're tatters. I was just trying to see, oh, well, how do other Warframe feet change? And then I saw that she was wearing, like, combat boots. Pretty sick look.
Yep.
Oh, I told you I played Corvex recently.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't do proper rolls.
Nope.
He just fucking
He
like,
slides
power
and has like a
stances.
generic sliding rock sound effect.
Yeah, it's great.
There are actually
love
a
it.
number of frames with unique roll or dodge animations.
Hmm.
He has one.
I mean, I know there's one character
Jade
that
has
actually
like a
just
kind
flat
of
out
floaty
flies.
air dash. I think Wisp like spins or something.
It's not Jade I'm thinking about. There's one of these warframes that literally never touches the ground. It's Wisp.
Yeah, there are a few of them. Wisp and Caliban and Titania.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
I've
the one I
noticed
was
that
thinking.
Caliban doesn't walk despite the legs.
I think there's one more. Actually, aren't the animations for the Rhino Deathwatch skin floaty? Because he comes with unique idol animation. That skin comes with unique idols.
I didn't know they had any skins with unique idols besides, like, I guess the newest ones with the hex, but
I don't think theirs have unique
those are like
idols. Theirs just
emotes.
have emotes.
Yeah, and special lines.
The Rhino Deathwatch skin, the Excalibur Zato skin, Korra's deluxe skin that I forget the name of, and I think a couple of others have their own pair of unique idol animations.
Huh.
Okay, no, the Deathwatch animations are not floaty.
Corvix has got some weird idol animations. He just sits there in power stances.
Yep. But yeah, both the Caliban's animations have him floating. Dante's animations have him floating. Both of Wisp's, both of Titania's.
Titania. Yeah, I guess Titania does too.
All right, I'm all done with food. Where are we going?
I could swear that there's at least one other frame. Like, I think there is I am pretty sure one of the deluxe... Oh yeah, Mirage's deluxe skin, not floating ones, but her deluxe skin has unique idols.
I selected random colors, and now my character looks a bit like a watermelon.
That's what you're going
Neat.
for, right?
I am now. Alright, let's do this. We still need to clear out missions on the galaxy map for you, don't we? Or the star chart.
I feel like it would be better if I did those. Well, I don't know.
Doing the event not in Steel Path is dramatically less efficient. So if we can unlock Steel Path for you, I think that'll be a good use of time.
Also worth noting, some of the best mods in the game are being locked behind arbitration. Might be a
That
good
too.
idea to unlock that earlier.
Yeah.
So, apropos of absolutely nothing,
Yeah.
I really like... So, Sevagoth's deluxe skin pack comes with a skin for the Epitaph. And it's huge and bulky, and I love it because it looks like your frame just has a huge bracer on whichever arm it's on.
Well, in any case, I do have good news because of all of the because of all of the items I picked up for the hex. I don't need to do any missions to reach my standing cap.
Nice.
That tends to happen.
And I
Yeah,
still
it
have
happens
enough to
pretty
actually
quickly.
rank up.
But yeah, I say just queue up whatever you have on the star chart, and we can work our way through that.
Alright, I'll hop right on that. There shouldn't be too much left. I just keep putting it off.
All right.
Mm.
Here.
There we go.
There we go. Now I'm fully watermelon colored.
Well done.
How do we feel about a disruption to start off?
Sure.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
You are indeed very watermelon colored.
You can actually see it already.
If you
Oh, right. You can like
view
click on
someone's
character
profile, you can look at their whatever they currently have equipped.
Oh, that is incredible. A fucking mask on your operator.
Oh, you seen the operator?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm playing the drifter.
I guess it just shows the operator no matter what then.
It shows the operator or the drifter for. Well, no, it shows your operator ramp, and yeah, no, it shows your operator gray. So I guess it just shows that every time.
it might be to avoid spoilers.
I mean, the operator is already a spoiler themselves, and they
Yeah,
already
but-
have a
And
system
they-
in place for it to not show someone's operator when you look at their profile.
And
if
I
they
know
don't
it's
have
not
theirs
like
unlocked.
I know it's not like actually the case anymore, but they at one point decided we should have the option for a cold open with the drifter.
Yeah, but they had it arranged in such a way that you didn't know like who they were or like how they correlated with the rest of the game.
Oh, would you just get out of Duviri and go straight into playing the operator again?
You'd get out of Duviri and go straight into never seeing the Drifter again other than in Duviri until you
Oh,
eventually
man, that's
got
even-
to New War.
Wow.
Like,
That
you get
sounds
through
like
the
a
entire
mistake.
story as you do normally, get to the second dream and unlock the operator and all that.
It sounds like the reason why they decided to stop doing it was because they realized how much work it would be to make the drifter a canon starting character.
To try and merge those stories together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess they could have locked. They could have
The
locked the new
operator
war
in the other
behind
world.
an entirely new fucking game in Duviri.
Give me just a second since we're doing plain old Star
You're fine.
Chart. I'm getting leveling
It's
up
just something I-
weapons.
Hadn't thought about, but yeah, in order to start the new war, you need to have fucking necromex already.
Yep. As completely useless as they are for the new war.
And the ship.
I guess you could have just skipped the entire first half of the new war until you got the operator.
Honestly, yeah. Considering how little you use the fucking how little you use the operator in the new war.
But at that point, you'd have to either design an entirely different half of a story within Duviri, so that you're not just rushing straight into the new war. And then how the hell? I mean, how many quests are there before you get the operator anyway?
Quite
Main
most
quests?
of the quests.
I mean, like, important quests to the story, though.
Before you get the
Ew.
drifter.
Like, you mean between the operator and the drifter, or do you mean before the operator?
Before the operator.
Important quests, like 2 or 3.
So there's Awakening, Vor's Prize, Sigh's Vigil, I don't think is related.
Awakening
I'm
is
just going through the
basically
main
just part of
quests.
War's Prize, realistically. Sigh's Vigil doesn't
Voxelaris.
really mean much of anything. Voxelaris
Yeah, those are just
is
the
a good
two
quest,
free roam
but
areas.
isn't really important to the story.
Once Awake, that's the
Once
Alad V
Awake
one.
doesn't. No, it's not. It's just generic introduction to Infested.
Oh.
Alad
Hard to
V
do,
doesn't show up in permanent quests until the second dream.
What is it? Nata when you get the operator then?
Or actually, no, you don't get the operator in the Ta. You get
No,
the
no,
operator in the
Nata's just
second
the
dream.
thing where you
Nata
that's
is one of the two
interlude to
important ones.
second
That's where
dream.
you learn the truth about the Lotus. That's where you learn that the Lotus is a sentient.
Right.
And where you're kind of sort of vaguely introduced to Hun Hao at the very end of the New Strange, but not in a way that really matters. So I
Well-
don't really consider it an important quest.
These aren't in order, are they?
Probably
The
not.
the
I feel
emotional
like they
weight,
should be. But
the emotional weight of finding out that you're a child the entire time would be entirely lost on you. But
I might be about to.
on new players.
So Awakening is the beginning of the game. Voice prize is the tutorial. From there, the next major quest you'd have to complete would be Nata, I guess.
You have to you are required by the game to complete some others before that, but like
Sacrifice, maybe?
Sacrifice is way later.
Is it? Damn.
Sacrifice is.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I forgot
yeah.
about that.
I'd argue that the only
Yeah, I think these are in order.
The only really important story quests between the beginning of the game and the second dream are Heart of Deimos and Nata.
Yeah. There are several side quests you'd
And
go
like
through.
Heart of Deimos
Warframe
is
quests.
kind of set up in a way where it's fine before or after the second dream.
And it's kind of crazy how few missions they consider to be full side quests, actually.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 5 of them. Half the story, like the main quests, I'd consider to be side quests, like Saya's Vigil and Vox Solaris.
I mean,
Yep.
I
Those are
think
just
that
quests you get through exploration.
I mean, you
Considering
get
how
both of
much
those as
of-
soon as you reach their respective open worlds.
Right. But, like, that's the thing. They're quests related to those open worlds and not
Yeah.
related to the main story in any way. Same goes for Heart of Deimos, I think.
Heart of Deimos has a lot more connection to the overall story than the other two open world quests do.
Ah.
Because the Heart of Deimos is like the thing Albrecht made that basically allows a connection to the void.
Oh,
Like,
so that's why it's called that.
Yeah.
Operator, incoming
Oop, Charlie's
transmission
immediately falling off.
from Fortuna.
Well
yeah.
done.
I don't know why that happened. So yeah, I just sprint forward. That's what my shift is. Check this shit out. Even in midair. Just a light push forward.
I probably should have brought at least one good weapon, huh? Whoops.
Oh, I brought my
I have a
primary.
Soma.
This shouldn't take any amount of time. It's just getting it done.
Oh, I fell off the edge.
Well done.
Enjoy radiation damage, fools. High-ranking muckety mucks.
Oh,
Tonight on Bottom Gear.
bottom gear. So, it just occurred to me.
Yeah.
I swapped my loadout to a more range and duration based for the roar.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't put on the mod that allows me to regenerate energy.
Oops.
Well done.
So you'll get assistance.
You'll get what
It's
you
not-
fucking deserve.
You'll get assistance, just not a lot of it.
Hey, buddy. He's an anti-MOA. He's everything MOAs don't represent. Genuinely one of the dumbest enemy names, though. Like, it is very obviously still a MOA.
Yeah.
Energy drain. Oh, that sucks. Alright, where is he? Point me in the direction.
Why would you do this to me, game? I need that energy.
No,
Don't worry, it'll be all over soon.
Okay, I've got my iron skin back.
Of course, it's a Bursa.
This Bursa is one I just hacked. It's friendly.
No, the Demolisher.
Oh yeah, you're pretty far away. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm just doing them. This is level 30. It's not that bad. I brought Fenmore. It's overpowered.
It is indeed.
Whoa, it's a lot of random Eximuses.
Yeah.
I forgot
New
that I
Look is
couldn't
trying
melee
to
on the
murder me.
floor.
Because I brought a full loadout of weapons to level, my operator is actually doing more damage than my weapons are.
Huh. Nice. Wait, why?
Or my... whatever.
Oh, that key probably was just one that doesn't exist anymore. Did he spawn those, right?
What's
I'm
up?
so confused. Where am I? The guide keeps trying to tell me where the next key is when I've got a key in my hands. Like, I don't want to know what's in the keys for me. I want to know where the conduit is.
It should lead you to... Well, okay, so... if you, like, looking on the map or HUD, hexagons are conduits and squares are keys.
Gotcha.
But
I'm trying to
also,
keep up with the
yes,
lore.
like whenever you pick up a key, it should
So you're trying to
mark
keep
the
up with the
corresponding
lore?
conduit on your HUD.
I'm trying to keep up with my roar.
Ah, the roar.
Do the
Do the
roar.
roar.
Do the roar.
Love you, daddy.
So, hey Gray, here's the thing about Roar. Take a look at your list of buffs.
There.
Yeah?
Defense
Roars
complete.
don't stack. They're just over. Even though they both show up, mine just overrides yours because mine's stronger.
Oh, okay. Well, mine lasts longer, though.
Let's get
So
out of
hot.
here.
See, it lasting longer doesn't matter if I run
'Cause
through a
it's
nullifier
negated.
field like an idiot.
Well, I've also been trying to take those out because those kill my
What I
iron
was
skin.
actually going to say before I went through the nullifier field is lasting longer doesn't matter as long as I have the energy to keep mine up.
The disrespect.
But yeah, I brought Rhino because I wanted to get a look at the iron skin effects. And it's pretty neat.
Oh, shit.
Goodbye.
Careful.
I thought we were all there.
Nope, I'm looking at my iron skin.
Oh, shit.
Omni beam. Fucking Iron Man over here.
All right. So, first order of business. Getting that regenerate energy mod. Second order of business, getting rid of the stupid fucking charge.
Might I recommend getting an aura mod? Having energy regen's nice. They make auras that give you slightly less energy regen, but it's still enough to patch up over time if you're not getting energy as often as you should. It's called Dreamer's Bond. Gives you
Yeah.
energy and health.
Yeah, but health regen is kind of useless. Just use energy siphon. There are,
Fair
in
enough.
fact, 3 tiers of modded energy regen. Dreamer's Bond is the lowest, and then Energy Siphon is also an aura, but it drops the health regen and doubles the energy. And then Energy Nexus is just a mod for yourself that's, I think, 3 per second.
The reason I wind up using Dreamer's Bond is because it gives me the most mods.
Yeah, it's a universal aura.
Know what that means.
All the auras are tuned to a specific, like,
Oh, that
polarity.
just fucking says any? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
It will, like, if you have a V polarity, Steel Charge will actually give you more, but Dreamer's Bond is universal, so it
Yeah.
can fit into
Energy
any slot.
Siphon is a dash.
You know what's
That's the one that
really
gives you the
dumb
boost. Ah,
as far as polarities? So, because Gara released at the same time as the Aura Forma, she has a universal aura polarity.
huh.
Gara Prime does not.
All right, I've got a dumb question for you. I don't know if you know the answer.
If I don't, I'm sure I can find out.
I've got a aura mod that gives us 30 meters of loot radar. Does that stack on top of normal loot radar?
I believe so.
That's funny. I don't have the correct polarity for it on Corvex, but I have it on Lavos, because same polarity. And so that would mean you guys could receive 60 meters of loot radar. That means that everything on the radar should just instantly pop up. I don't know quite how big the distance of the radar is, but like 30 tends to be like half the screen.
Yeah.
We'll give that a try. That'll be fun. I actually quite enjoy playing Lavos. I like to combine him with the Ignis. Probably works pretty well with the Grimoire too.
Why do I have more strength here? The fuck?
I now have condition overload on Zoris. Very nice. Oh, what's this? Melee Elementalist.
Armor.
That's
Intensify.
pretty nice.
Yep.
The
The elementalist mods can be
90%?
pretty good on
Oh
certain
my
weapons.
goodness. If that's the case, what can I shift out to put that in? I mean, I might not on this because the throw automatically applies damage or stacks of status, right?
Say that again.
You said that the thrown attack on Zoris, the explosion, always applies a stack of
The
a
explosion
specific
always
type of-
applies lightning, even when it's not modded on, or even when
Yeah.
the weapon doesn't have it listed.
I
Elementalist is still good if that's what you're looking at, though, because most
yeah,
of the
because of the
Zoris's
heavy
damage
attack
is
windup
from
speed,
like
the
status
statuses
dot,
that it
like
inflicts.
status damage over time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's status damage specifically.
Yep.
I said I immediately thought status chance, but that's
Nope,
honestly
It's
better.
status damage.
That's crazy.
I mean,
Almost
keep
double
in mind,
status
you do
damage.
still want status chance for your other status effects.
Oh no, for sure.
But,
And so I
you
got
know.
rid of instead of getting one of the 60/60s off, I got rid of magnetic rush. The magnetic damage is nice, but the attack speed is not as necessary. I've already got a high attack speed.
Ruculence, that's the one.
Ooh. I'm about to do a meme.
Oh,
So, fun fact. You know how... You might not actually. I'm not sure I've talked too much about this. So, part of this I might have told you about. So the thing that makes Rhino's roar so good is that it is considered to be faction damage. Like, it is applied as a universal faction damage buff. Faction, for some reason, damage over time status effects like Slash or Fire or Toxin or Lightning double dip from faction damage. Which, of course, means Roar is a really good buff for damage over time builds. So, I don't remember the exact details, but in part because of that, Gauss's Thermal Sunder, which is his helmet ability, quadruple dips from Roar.
fucking quadruple dips. My goodness. So it gets 400% of whatever your modified roar ability strength has. Yeah?
Kind of. It gets like 400% of whatever number Roar shows on the buff icon when you cast it.
Gotcha.
Which is always going to be less than your ability strength, because like roar is only like, I think at base is on Rhino is like 50% of your ability strength or some such.
Speaking from just efficiency. Yeah. I know that's not actually its efficiency, but that is like when you look at number to number, that would be its efficiency.
Yeah.
Alright, how do we feel about a spy mission on the Kuva Fortress?
I need to bring a different frame.
That is the second worst possible spy, but if it
Yeah.
needs
It
doing,
is.
it needs doing.
There's two actually that
it
need
is.
doing. I'll bring Wukong.
I'll bring Malimbo.
I don't have the augment for Ivara, unfortunately.
Wukong is better anyway.
Fair
Wukong
enough,
is actually the best spy frame.
because of the three directional movement you get with.
Well,
Cloudwalker.
Cloudwalker also just goes through any and all security measures without triggering them.
No, I know, but like moreover, he does it quickly, whereas Ivara's like invisibility, even with the augment to make it not trigger those, would just be slow.
Oh, there's nothing I can do to my Baza anymore.
Oh.
I've maxed out my mod capacity for now.
Forma it.
Well done.
I mean,
I-
honestly, I try to get Baza Prime.
Yeah,
if you're
get
gonna
the Prime
Forma
before
Baza.
starting to use Forma.
I'm guessing that's the reason why I haven't put any Forma on it right now. Because I've
Yeah.
got the Forma for it.
But Baza is great. Love Baza.
Beza.
Baza.
Beza.
Your mission is to break into enemy data vaults and steal any intelligence files you find.
I'll take B.
Ah,
Alright. I'll head for A then.
I don't know if it's always in the same order, but A's the
you.
hard one.
Surrounded by Grenier Marines.
Then all the more reason why I should be the one headed to it.
No, of course. I'm
Stealing
just.
fucking weapon
If I
you
remember
shit.
correctly, that's the one where it's like you got to go to two different sides of the same
Yeah.
room and then activate a bunch of terminals.
Yep. Sure
Okay.
looks that way.
Tenno, be on the lookout for increased security measures. The enemy would
And to be honest, I never figured out how to do C. That's one that's like the external one where it's outside of the on the asteroid. I
Every
should probably
time they
clear out these
add a
episodes.
new spy tile, like new spy tiles, I go and spend a bunch of time learning them. But I've like only done these ones once or twice since initially learning them, so I don't actually remember anything about them.
I just watch YouTube videos so that I can do it like once or twice and then never touch it again.
I think it's really, personally, I've always found it really fun to learn them. Like, I like the general, like, motif, I guess, of spy missions in this game.
I like the idea.
Yeah.
Just less the execution.
Yeah.
I think the execution is really good for most of them, just not for this one or the underwater ones.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
can I just
that was a
fucking-
piece of cake with Cloudwalker.
Yep.
Can I just fucking walk in here?
Don't walk around in here. There's cameras that'll set off alarms.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm not.
Those
I'm gonna go
cameras
over.
automatically set off alarms.
They're
But
not
they
actually
are-
entirely reliable here, like they are on the Corvus ones. Sometimes they won't, for some reason. And there's no telling when they do or don't.
Alarms have been triggered.
I mean,
You need to retrieve
yeah,
the data
I don't know.
before the data
I was gonna say, I'm gonna
What do
try
you-
and accomplish C. I'm sure you can accomplish A.
No, I can't. I don't even
No?
know. I just hacked what I thought was where I was going.
So there's a
and-
terminal on the right side, and then you go around counterclockwise to the left side, and then you do the terminal on the same position there.
I've already done both of the terminals and hacked what I thought was the last
And
door,
then
and
you
it
go
wasn't.
through. Then you go through counterclockwise through that left room, in the same
But
place
also,
where you went
why
on the right
do
way.
I get so much time after the alarms are set off?
Honestly, you've got a lot of time. I'm genuinely surprised.
Not that it matters, because I'm still not gonna figure out where I'm supposed. Here we go. Okay, never mind.
data
You
is
found it?
verified.
Yeah.
There you go.
Retrieval
All right, I'll give C a shot, but I doubt I'm going to complete it.
I tried to help.
Like we don't
Sometimes that's
actually.
all you can do.
We don't actually have to accomplish C. Just giving it a shot again.
Well,
I don't
C
I
is
don't care about rewards here.
dumb in my opinion, just because it has a room that anywhere in the entire tile set you'd be able to slide through the window of, but you can't
you just can't.
in that one spy tile.
Yeah,
Even though visually it's exactly the same.
that sounds about
Stay
right.
focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there's something after me.
This area used to be so fucking hard,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm one-tapping everything.
Mm-hmm.
Progression.
Even like the fucking Jade Light Eximus and stuff.
I mean, they are all level 30.
30 used to be the max level.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Data destruction is imminent.
Oh, I'm actually in C. Okay.
I got caught by a camera, but I'm also
I think
in
I did
C.
too.
So I actually managed to get it.
All right.
I'll show you how.
The data
I've
actually
done it
really
before.
easy.
I just didn't realize I was in the spy room
get to extraction.
because it's literally identical to just a normal dead end room in this tile set.
It really is. Alright, well, I didn't need to worry, because I had that under control.
Not to worry, I've reset the alarms. You're saved. Oh, you're at extraction. Never mind.
I love the sound for Cloud Walker. It's so weird and cool. Oh, hey. Star. Howdy.
Another job well executed.
Thank you guys for doing that pretty much for me.
That's all good. I hate spy missions. Any opportunity to get them over with.
You know, not to worry. I got sniper ammo mutation and stretch.
Woo!
So it was all worth it in the end. And also
then
12 bucks.
Meso F5 relic. Oh, did they cycle through relics? Are we getting new stuff?
Not yet. We're about
Okay.
to be getting new stuff.
Gotcha.
Nothing
Have they
in there I'm
talked
interested
about what
in.
their next prime frame is going to be?
Lavos.
Lavos? Oh, sick. Good timing. So, we just completed... What was it? Pago?
Yeah, Pago. I've got
You've still got...
Taviuni and Rotama, along with Garrus and Taimu.
Okay, it seems
Tamu?
that there are no more spy missions you have to do. It's
There's
just
only one spy
survival,
mission on the
a mobile
Kuva
defense,
thing.
a rescue, and a disruption.
Alright. Let's try mobile defense while I've got Limbo.
Sure. Let me swap back over to the frame I was going to play. Lavos. Funsies.
Lavos.
And pull out the Ignis Wraith for extra funsies.
Oh, so I've learned of some new confusion for you, Charlie.
Oh.
Since you've had a lot of trouble historically, I think it was you, differentiating between battery magazines and charge magazines.
Oh, yeah? Is there going to be a third type now?
No, there are already quite a few different, or those are trigger types, I guess, not but like, the thing I've learned is that in addition to those, there is also, no, yeah, those are magazine types. There is also a charge type, or a trigger type that's called charge.
Oh, those
Which
are the
I
ones
already
like
knew.
on the
It's-
Ballista.
Yeah,
The Ballistica. I hate
But-
the Ballistica. That thing sucks ass.
but I found out that technically the trigger type that is exclusive to the two Opticores and the Incarnon mode on the Onos is
Uh-huh.
charged laser.
Oh,
And
wait.
apparently,
You can check that out. I've got the Opticore Vandal.
it doesn't show up as such in the arsenal, I don't think. But that's important that is actually separate from the normal charge trigger type. Because
Yeah.
the charged laser trigger type has a unique interaction with Volt's electric shield.
And so it charges quicker?
It does not charge quicker. It gets a massive boost to critical multiplier.
Oh. Based
Like-
on your charge level?
No, based off of how many electric shields you stack in one place.
Huh. So you can have like a railgun.
The guy in the video stacked like
Gauss
6
cannon.
of them, and I think it was like giving him like a 100,000 something critical multiplier. History.
Oh goodness. No, that's literally like fucking naval rail cannon technology. Yeah, that's what the fucking Navy's been working on, spending hundreds of millions of dollars on, is getting a magnetic coil operated railgun. And the fact of the matter was, the design is bulky as fuck because you just need to have a bunch of gates to pass through. It's the same fucking principle. I love that.
19,456 times critical damage.
Oh my goodness.
For reference, it's rare for a weapon to hit 10.
I just can't, like, only for charged laser weapons.
Yes. Only for charged laser trigger type, which only 3 weapons in the entire game, 2 of which are different variants of the same weapon.
Same weapon.
have.
Yeah. And, I mean, the Vandal's really good. I just don't use it very often because
Yeah.
I've found even better weapons. I didn't think that was possible.
But like the video is just like this guy explaining like what the mechanic is, and then the rest of the video is him one-shotting max level
You
demolishers.
must deliver payloads and defend a number of
What's the best
collected
caustic?
within the network.
Uh,
Prepared for
say that again.
For caustic
I
damage
can't
for
do this
Grenier?
without you.
Depends on the Grenier. If you
Fair
have
enough.
a
The armor
codec
guys, at
scanner,
least.
you can use it to check their damage types on the fly. Not if everyone keeps dying, though.
I think
Early.
it's doing well enough.
What frame are you
Fuck that
using?
hurt.
Lavos.
Okay.
I have any damage choice available at my.
I would
build.
honestly just, like, first off, they're not really high enough level for it to matter. They are, in fact, weak to corrosive and to impact, and resistant to
Corrosive
heat.
and impact.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
I might try and use the Lex a little more.
This will take a moment.
Alex is good.
Whoa!
I think it
The Lex
gets
is very good.
limited by your mods quite a bit.
Yeah, the Lex is very good, but not until later.
It's situationally really useful.
Forget situational. It is one of the strongest secondaries in the game, but not until you have its adapter.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I get said adapter?
Steel
You
Path.
need to complete Steel Path Circuit.
God fucking damn it.
That's why we're doing this.
Wah!
Wah! And honestly,
Still working on
Steel Path Circuit is a lot easier than Steel Path generally. Until it isn't.
Yes, it very quickly, like in a single round, goes
Can
out
go
of
from-
nowhere from much easier to not easier.
It just, luck of the dice and scaling. That's all you're beholden to.
Oh, I see what that is. Okay.
I'm just gonna chill in my bubble here for a
This
second.
is an absolutely awful tile.
It is a really weird tile.
We are finished here.
Alright.
Move on.
I think one of the reasons Lavos is so good is because, like, bro has an innate, like, 800 armor.
This is true.
Oh.
Watch yourself.
Oh.
Grenier are on the way.
I had a headshot lined up on that Xmas and he just came up and disintegrated him in front of me.
It's what I do.
Here is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
Fuck you, turret.
Man, got stuck down there.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
I'm pretty sure there is a Lex Prime, though, isn't there?
Yes.
I'm pretty
There
sure it's the weapon that Albrecht is using in the
It is
1999.
indeed, although his sounds wrong. I am
Maybe
very
it's just
familiar
different.
with the sound of the Lex Prime, and his does not sound like a Lex Prime.
Maybe it's just different. Doesn't mean it's wrong.
It's wrong.
Wrong? Different doesn't inherently mean wrong.
It's a specially modified Lex, like how Father Elijah has his own souped-up LAER.
It's a specially modified Lex, modified to not actually do the job right.
Terminal
That's
hatch.
why he needs a 10-0.
Moving.
I mean, admittedly, he is actively not trying to do the job right in that situation. He doesn't actually want to kill you.
He broke his gun just to make sure it wouldn't murder us right.
Holy fucking shit, that was a lot of items right there.
Terminal spotted.
At the exit to the room.
Upload me and
Yeah.
prepare to defend.
Just got fucking swarmed by items.
Tenno. This will take a moment.
Ah, damn, it's some Grenier artillery. That's cool. Oh, stop that.
That's a no from me.
Oh, if you enter my bubble, you were
Still
supposed to
working on
be
it. Continue
Dead.
to defend.
frozen. Oh, frozen first, then dead.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
I wonder if I care enough to be leveling up Necros right now.
My goodness.
Move and strike, we have to win this.
I'm just constantly insta-killing everything that pops up, Eximus or not.
Fucking no.
The Ignis Wraith is so
No.
good.
I want the Ignis Wraith, but I found out I need Argon crystals.
The odds were
That's
against
easy.
us,
And
Tenno.
Go to the
That's
void
not-
and break some boxes.
Mission
I know how, it's just I'm putting it off.
For real. I would save up some platinum and then get a resource doubler.
Ah, yes. Save up platinum. That's something I'm doing.
Yeah, it requires social skills. That's why I just pay for it.
At least the ability to use the market app and not worry about getting the best price.
That's the thing. It's like,
Realistically, using Warframe Market is going to get you the best price you're likely to get.
everybody's going to check Warframe Market,
Like,
so they're
in-
only going to accept the Warframe Market price or preferably lower.
Like, in theory, you might be able to find some random guy in trade
Who
chat
has
who doesn't
no
know
idea
better,
about anything.
but you're not likely to.
That reminds me of my PS4 days. Some default Excalibur was trying to trade me for my Kubrow because it was male, and he had a female and thought he could breed them.
Bro was like, I'm gonna start a puppy mill. Make
He,
1,000 gold, $1,000 a piece.
he kept going on about how it only needed to be male, and that kind of tipped me off as to what he was expecting from that.
Yeah.
So, I did the right thing and told him you can't breed them.
That's not how you do it.
No, they're
They've
sterile.
already
They
done
need to be
so.
test
That's why you get
tubed.
the eggs. Wait, are they sterile?
I would
believe
assume
so.
so. I would guess that's why you don't breed them.
Well, I mean, but you steal their eggs and then incubate them.
Well, the ones in the wild are not.
Fair.
I would assume you fixed them.
Don't
Last
forget
thing
to
you-
stay
last
and
thing you
neuter your
need.
pets.
The last thing you need. We're doing a survival, by the way.
Last thing I
The
need
last
is
thing
the
you need is a
goddamn
Kubrow and
Kubrow
heat.
spraying.
You do not need a Kubrow in heat.
Oh, ready up. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
A completely unwarned video link.
That's the one. It's the video I was talking about earlier.
Oh.
I had to say how fucking cool Attack Rod is. Like, the design-wise, they fucking nailed it.
They are a cool design.
Like, you look up into the
I still think
skybox
some
some
of
of the
them-
missions.
Some of them look a little bit too bland, like the little guys, but I like the big guys. They're very cool looking.
I'm talking about, like, you look into the skybox and see the entire fucking city is just swarmed with rot.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane. They worked hard on that shit.
Scans show Grenier are harvesting
Serve
Kuva
eval.
nearby. Set off the alarms to draw them out, then steal their Kuva catalysts.
Uba.
More caustic damage, please.
Predictable. As expected, Grenier have shut down the environment.
Kuva.
Honestly, at this
I gotta
level,
head out.
you'd
I'll be right
probably be
back.
better off using blast or lightning.
I'll be back.
Alright.
Where are you going?
Away, I guess.
Ah, damn, he left.
I mean, he's done this mission before, and if we're just running it to clear it, then
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter if he's in the mission or not.
His assistance is not required. Realistically, I could probably do this myself, so.
Yeah.
You'll do also.
Get ready for a capsule.
A Kuva catalyst.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
And pocket sand. I put desiccation on my 3.
Interesting.
That's the best helmet ability I've got for Limbo right now.
If you use the augment for it, it'll make sand cats. That'll help you out.
That can be fun.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
Oh, shit. That's fine.
Oh, how could you do such a thing?
I'm back.
Ah.
I suppose I could start using my Destrezza Prime.
You could.
Additional life support has arrived.
I like the sound of it, it's fun.
Fair enough.
Uva Jester.
The raid is off to a successful start. When you are ready, go to extraction.
I will find the exit eventually. Oh, I can cast Desiccation while I'm in the void.
Yes, abilities generally work through the rift.
I like that. So I can literally just stay in the void and regen my health with Desiccation.
I mean, you can. It's not going to do you much good.
It's
Most
better
of the
than
time.
dying. If I'm on the brink of
Yes.
death, I'll take it.
Another job well executed.
Oh, host migration in process?
Weird.
Okay, I guess I'm extracting alone.
Weird. So it
Oh, well.
just suddenly decided to split the squad.
It may be because I didn't actually make it to extraction.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that they had made it so you could extract individually from survival. That's never mattered because I'm not a loser who plays with random people. Instead,
Yeah.
I'm a loser who doesn't play with anyone.
Well, fair. Also me. this is a rescue. I can just pop them into the void.
This is a rescue mission. We need to find
Not if I
and
get
liberate
there
the
and rescue
hostage
them and
before
get
any
them to
harm comes
extraction
them.
before you've even reached the room.
Theoretically, yes. But they could decide to randomly follow me.
I've actually been thinking for a while that I should really put Banish on my Wukong build. But then I keep not doing it because I'm cheap and lazy.
You are approaching the
Oh, I
holding
also
area.
can't even get in until you
Careful.
get here
If
anyway.
The wardens detect you, they will
Uh-huh.
surely initiate
You gotta
an
wait for the slow
execution
guy.
sequence. Find the captive as soon as you can. We don't have much time.
Oh, auto cycle.
There's a
Automa
heavy
cycle.
approaching.
Yeah,
I have that.
you do.
It's not helpful.
You better.
I'm getting off the Automa cycle now. Alright, I'm here.
We should wait because Red Veil's about to attack me.
I gotcha. Oh, that's not helpful. My bad. I remembered at the last second that, yeah, you can't attack enemies that are in the rift, can you?
Correct. Abilities hit enemies in the rift, so I probably could have just used Defy.
Yeah.
Be very careful because this has cameras like the spy room had that'll potentially murder the rescue target.
Okay. You did say that as I was spotted by an Xmas unit, so I was able to kill him in
Eximus
time.
I'm
but-
less worried about than cameras.
Yeah, I'm guessing they need to get to an alarm.
Yes.
Okay.
They are pretty chunky, a lot more than the average Eximus unit.
I was
But-
able to take him out pretty quickly.
Yeah, that matters a lot less than it did when rescue was added to or made to be the way it is.
Can I put the scanners into the rift and stasis them?
No.
Will that work?
Do not try it. That will immediately set off the
You are
alarms.
running out
Yeah.
of time.
There we go.
Okay, I did not try it.
Okay. Well, you did something.
You
Oh.
sure they didn't find you?
I've been underneath the map this
The
entire
captive
time.
will be in one of these cells. Search them.
But also, the way in was obvious, and I was just being dumb and not knowing where to go.
Stars, not a minute too soon.
Prisoner located. We need to get them back to command in one piece. Find your way to the exits, and don't leave the subject behind.
Oh, shit.
Stay focused.
There is also
There's
the
a heavy
possibility
unit
that
approaching.
maybe if the players in the squad just don't progress the mission for too long after reaching the objective, it'll just set off the alarms to screw with them. Ooh.
Get old school, ma. Okay.
The
I helped.
captive has been secured. You've done your part, Tenno. We'll take it from here.
I came, I saw, I set off the alarms, I left. Trying to be stealthy, but the flap of my giant fucking hat set off the alarms. Alright, we should have one more mission in Nakuva Fortress, and it's Disruption.
Alrighty. I will probably do that and then be done for the night.
Oh, fair enough.
because there is still one more day before I have escaped work.
Yeah. Well, on the plus side, after that, I've got 4 missions on Neptune, and a few on Pluto, and also half of Sedna to do.
Huva Fortress is definitely the hardest of the bunch.
I'm not even sure if I'd call it hard, just fucking annoying. I would imagine.
Selling the latest in asset security. Conduits. Put the key in and you can pull the shinies out. Trick is, you've got to wait to open. Something happens to the conduit before you can pull the goods. You don't get the goods. Ever. Also, the bleeders Alad sold the tech to will try to kill ya. Give that console the old bypass so we can get this thing started. This isn't your regular vault job. Alad V sold the conduits with interference routines specifically designed for the tenor. Things might get a little weird. Conduit keys are carried by high-ranking muckety-mucks. Knock them down. See what they've got. First key. Right. Find a matching conduit. Demo units looking to depart this mortal coil and take you with it. Keep it clear of that conduit.
Okay.
Alright, y'all may switch to my Guandao. They're not dying fast enough.
Well, do better.
I am. I brought the Guandao. Alright, I'm bringing the last conduit key. The triangle.
I actually have both of them. Or if you have a triangle, I can drop one of these.
Yeah.
Cool.
Demo unit coming in fast. That thing bows and you can kiss a
Oh no, I can't use my abilities on you? Shame. Hey, stop it. Stop it. No. You're not allowed back there. How do you stop him?
Operator.
Oh, okay.
You have to void dash into him, and then you to make him drop his pole arm before you can do damage.
That's something.
The game explained to you how to do it, like, thousands of hours ago, probably, when you first did the new war.
Yeah, the
Or
last
not the
time
new
I
war,
fucking
the
did it.
War Within.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very long ago.
Yeah, you mean the last time I ever been to this fucking fortress?
Exactly.
Way ahead of you. Time to hit the pub.
Alright. You mentioned you're heading off after that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the simulacrum to try this meme out. But other than that, I'm gonna call it a night.
Fair enough. Hopping off voice chat, you're gonna tell me how the meme goes.
I'll stay on here till I've done it.
Alright.
Let's see.
What is the meme in question?
The Opticore video that I put in the chat.
Oh, I'll check that out in just a sec.
Let's see.
Do you think we should get everyone to pick some songs? I can bring a CD.
19,456 times crit damage. Holy fuck.
Alright. I actually need to... Oh, this guy has a very formed Opticore Vandal, so my test is definitely not going to be anywhere near that impressive.
Yeah, grinding.
But... Well, the actual issue in this case is just that I don't really use the Opticore Vandal for the most part. But... One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Well, that was an instant million damage. And it did more to a Dedicant than I've ever seen anything do in a single shot. Actually, let's see. 50, 96. Yep. Every shield is increasing. Okay, no. I feel like... Oh. The damage feels very inconsistent. Let's see. Ah, this is going to be a pain to do unless I get rid of my Sentinel. So that's 11.8. 45. What? Oh! I just realized what the problem is. That's screwing all this up. Overguard takes extra magnetic damage. And Opticore does magnetic. Well, I guess now that his stuff is down, I could just continue working with him. So, 1200. know which of those is the explosion and which is the shot, but I guess it doesn't matter. Either way, this is definitely increasing with every shield. Now that it's absolutely insane to me that this actually works. Hmm. Aha. Okay. Oh, right. I completely forgot a step.
I am back.
Welcome back, just in time for me to be about to leave.
Oh, nice.
I'm
All right,
testing out that Opticore build in the video first, though. And it is...
Gotcha.
It definitely seems to work.
That's funny. I don't actually have Volt. I might go for Volt Prime if he gets
Well, how could you?
available. Yeah, I know it's a shame. I actually do think I had Volt at one point. I think he's one of the. Is he one of the starting frames?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
He has not always been. He was one of the original 3 starting frames, then got dropped in favor of Loki.
Of Mag?
Or,
Loki.
yeah, Mag. Originally it was Excalibur, Volt, and Loki. And then he
Yeah.
got dropped in favor of Mag. And then he was added back in place of Loki.